Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth is defending his use of the app Signal to share information about airstrikes in Yemen before they happened.
Look at war plans every single day. What was shared over Signal then and now, however you characterize it, was informal, unclassified coordinations for media coordination and other things. That's what I've said from the beginning.
Hegseth shared information about when fighter jets would take off and when they would hit Houthi targets in Yemen to at least 2 group chats. One of those chats included his wife, brother, and personal attorney. He says the information was not war plans. President Trump reiterated his belief that the defense secretary is doing a good job.
This morning, President Trump standing by his embattled Secretary of Defense. Pete Hegseth personally downplaying the posts he made to a Signal group chat ahead of American airstrikes in Yemen last month.
I look at war plans every single day. What was shared over Signal then and now, however you characterize it, was informal, unclassified coordinations for media coordination and other things.
But 3 U.S. officials with direct knowledge of the text exchanges say that, in fact, shortly before U.S. fighter jets took off to launch strikes against Iranian-backed rebels in Yemen, Hegseth took information passed up through secure channels from the head of U.S. Central Command, General Eric Kurilla, including about when the aircraft would take off and hit their targets, and sent it from his personal phone to 2 Signal group chats, the sources say, including one first disclosed this week by the New York Times, which included his wife, his brother, and his personal lawyer, the latter 2 Pentagon employees. John Bolton, who served as national security advisor in the first Trump White House, calling Hegseth a, quote, lightweight, adding he doesn't think he's long for the job.
Leads me to wonder what he's doing on the job on a minute-to-minute, hour-by-hour basis, that he's got time to knock out Signal messages to friends and family, which is what this group is.
The White House insisting President Trump has no plans to fire Hegseth.
The president stands strongly behind Secretary Hegseth in the change that he is bringing to the Pentagon.
It comes as Hegseth is also dealing with the fallout from a leadership purge at the top of the Pentagon, with 3 senior officials fired last week, a former top spokesman departing, and his chief of staff reassigned. Hegseth blaming the fired officials for damaging leaks and negative news stories about his leadership.
I don't have time for leakers. I don't have time for the hoax press that peddles old stories from disgruntled employees.